Hey, Samore Love Books. You have now tuned into my Catfish recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you have not yet done so. Also, be sure to share this video wherever you like to share videos. And also, check out my other channel, Samore Love TV, because it has fashion and beauty and makeup. And it also has my recaps for love and hip-hop on there as well. So, let me get to the top of my notes. We have our guest host, which is Angel Hayes. She is, I believe, a singer. Yeah, she was a singer. I actually compared, let me tell you right now, disclaimer, compared to last week, almost anyone would have been a good co-host. I mean, you could have just said a few words and you would have been better than that girl that was there last week, because she was only thinking about herself, talking about herself, and it was just super annoying to me. And Ashley, she said the same thing. She was just like, yo, I was waiting for the girl to call her out. And I'm like, yes, because that was ridiculous. So anyways, this guy, his name is Harold. He's 18 years old, from Illinois. And he was talking to this chick from, well, since he was in his senior year of high school. And now he's in college. And I think it's been 4 years that he's been talking to her, excuse me, off and on. There was a point where he kind of said he blocked her and they weren't together. She ended up having a baby and things like that. But she's a female, 21, she's a janitor as well. So he says that he's never Skyped her or gotten more than just her regular profile picture. That's the only picture that he's seen of her. So he feels that she's real because somebody that's on his basketball team dated her, but he just hasn't been able to like see her, meet up with her, or Skype her, or do anything that confirms that she actually is who she said she is. Ding ding, number one, something ain't right. Now you, in this day and age, it's 2015. You need to do some Insta videos. You need to do something to let me know that you're a real person. Some Twitter vids, some Twitter pics, some Instagram photos, something. Facebook pictures, Facebook video. It's so many different ways to confirm if someone is real or not. Or to at least see some real activity. So don't come telling me, oh, I don't have Skype. You have a phone. There are other modes for you to be able to do it. You can even send a little video via text message. So there's no excuse for that. Harold, he tells us that 7 of his friends were killed. They died and, well, yeah, they were pretty much killed, and he almost died as well. And Armani was kind of there to help him get through it, to console him and get him back on track. The thing that I like about this Angel girl, the co-host, is that she's very well-spoken. She says as she feels. She had a lot of curse bombs up in there where they had to like bleep out the words. And she also revealed to us that she had been catfished at one point as well. I'm assuming that she's either bisexual or she's a lesbian. And she said that she got catfished by a girl that she went up to meet with. The girl looked nothing like the photos that she saw. And that's what really bothered her. Not necessarily the whole physical thing that the person looks different than the photo, but just that they were able to lie about something like that is what really bothered her. And that is a major trust issue, which I don't blame. You're lying about something as simple as a photo, yet we've been talking for so many years. You had numerous opportunities. So why do you feel that I should trust you if you can lie about something as minute as that? So Armani, she has a child, and the child's name is Drew. He said he saw a picture of the child. So that's the whole, like, where she got pregnant at one point, where they kind of had taken a break but was getting back together, and she had the child. So they look up Armani's name. This is Angel and Neve. They look up the name, and her name is registered under a Marcus Brown. And then they also find a girl named Tamila. Or Tamila. I forgot how she pronounced it. But whatever. We're gonna call her whatever comes off my tongue. Tamila. And she plays basketball. She's like 5'11", so she's pretty darn tall. And this could be the person because she knows so much about basketball because she does play basketball. But this girl, she doesn't look anything like the picture. So that could be an issue. She's like a dark-skinned girl. She's very tall and doesn't look like the picture. Then they call somebody else who's supposed to be a friend of Armani named Deshayla, and she gives a little bit of background information. She kind of confirms everything about Armani, and she has like babies in the background, and it was just kind of ghetto. It just sounded like, okay, if anything, why don't you go outside real quick or just go to the other room or something for a few minutes so you can have this conversation. The conversation ended up abruptly where it just kind of was like somebody just hung up the phone. Deshayla just hung up the phone. So, but wait, there was another friend called Bebe Got a Man. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, this sounds so ghetto. This is the hood at its best. Oh my gosh. So yeah, Bebe Got a Man was the next person that they tried to, that they said perhaps this could be her. So they go back to Harold with all this information and they show the photo of Bebe Got a Man, and they're like, if this is the person, how would you feel? They also show a photo of Tamila. They said, if this is the person, how would you feel? When he saw the photo of Bebe Got a Man, he smiled. And I'm like, she don't look all that. I mean, she look all right, but she don't look all that. She don't look like the picture of Armani and nothing like that. And then they showed Tamila, and he was just like, nah. And, I kind of felt, well, I don't know if I necessarily want to say that this is the whole light skin versus dark skin thing, but it kind of seemed like that. Because as soon as he saw the picture of of Bebe Got a Man, he was kind of like, okay, I could work with that. But they're like, this is not the same person that is in the photo, the profile pic. And he was like, but he could work with it. But then when he sees the picture of Tamila, it was like no go at all. And the picture didn't look like a bad picture at all. So, I don't know, it did kind of seem like he has a preference, like he likes lighter women. It just, regardless of what he said, that's what it more so seemed like it. Like, that's the type that he was. I mean, to each his own, everybody has their personal preference. Some people like darker people, some people like lighter people, or whatever. But he kind of tried to act like that was not the real reason, but it clearly was. Because, like I said, Tamila didn't look like an ugly person in that picture. So, I feel like Angel, she kind of like was biasing his decision just because she kind of said that. She was like, okay, it seems like you're all about the physicalities because you seem like you were better than that in the beginning, but now you're willing to compromise everything, compromise morals and all that, and push aside the fact that she's lying to you just because you think that she looks good. He's like, really? Like, you got to think about that. I mean, but then again, like, one thing I did like about that, even though it was kind of biased, was that she kind of opened his head and made him think, like, you're just thinking about how somebody looks. You're not really thinking about the bigger picture, which is that if this is the person, that means that they're a liar. They've been lying to you for years, and you need to think about that. So Neve gets in contact with Armani, and she says that she's had her Facebook for 4 years. She just hasn't changed the picture, but I felt like she was sounded like she was nervous, but she had answers for every question that he gave, so it made sense. She was saying she was tired of people stealing her pictures, so that's the reason why she didn't really put up many pictures. And then she said first that she wanted things to stay the way that they are, so she didn't want to meet up. But then she was like, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. I'll meet up. They go to the building, and Bebe Got a Man. She was the person who comes out. And I don't know. She didn't look really like the pictures that I saw of her looked better than her actually in person. I mean, no offense. I'm just saying what it is. She did look better in the picture. And then they're like, okay, are you Armani? She was like, no, Armani's inside. She's going to come. But just you guys got to be gentle with her because she's sensitive and things like that. So then she comes out. Who is it? Dum drum roll, please. It's Tamila. It's the dark-skinned girl that we were talking about. As soon as he sees that, his facial expression just totally dropped. It was just like, really? Like, that was like his biggest fear came true. And Angel kind of like went off on her because they were acting so stupid. Like, I would have went off on them too. Like, he was really being nice and just standing there and just having that face. He was trying to smile. She was like, can I have a hug? Then she asked for another hug. She asked for like 3 hugs. Like, girl, you mad, super thirsty. Go take a drink and sit down. And then when after she was asking for all these hugs and stuff, she was like saying things, kind of brushing off the situation like it wasn't that serious, like she did nothing wrong. They're like, oh, she does this all the time, and Bebe always has a cover for her, and you should see her inbox, and that she's been doing this since high school, like, and they're laughing about it and joking like it's nothing, like on some serious super bird status. I'm sorry, but that's the way I was feeling about them. And it was like, why did you use this girl's picture to say you were Armani? And she was like, look at her. She's on fleek. And she was like, yeah, I know you're not going to like me because I'm dark-skinned and she's light-skinned. And Armani tried to say, no, it's not about that. And she was like, yes, it is. That's what he likes. They probably had a conversation where he probably mentioned that before, and I wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, it did seem like that was more of what he was looking for. And yeah, they were just like really joking around and just like being super immature while they were in front of him. They let her go to the side with him, and then she's like, can I get another hug? And he's like, nah. Like, nah, chill. And then she's like, really? Why you acting like this? Like, what the hell you mean? Why he acting like this? You don't lie to the man. For all these years, you've been lying. And you laughing about it like he's some joke. Like, you taking him for some freaking fool. So after that, she then was like, oh, you still gonna give me that 20 minutes? And he's like, 20 minutes? Nah. She's like, you're not going. She was like, oh my God, why you acting like that? So I'm here foolish and naive as ever. 20 minutes of what? What are they supposed to be playing love and basketball? Like, what the hell is going on? So then when she goes back to them, she's like tight. Like, I can't believe he just said that. Like, he's not going to do it. He's not going to give me the 20 minutes. And I can't believe I'm even saying this crap. Like, who says this on TV? You just look, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to like be funny or anything, but I really feel like there was something mentally wrong with her for you to think that that's okay for you to say something like that. Like all jokes aside, like I feel like there was really something seriously wrong with her. Like not joking, not, being funny or anything like that. Like, seriously. So she's tight that he doesn't want to give her the 20 minutes. And they're like, 20 minutes of what? And he was like, I can't even say it, but I'm freaking laughing, you guys. It was like 20 minutes of, like, you know what the head gotta do? So she's just like, so then they're like, all right, we're leaving. Then when they get in the car, Angel's like, wait, she wanted to give you a blowjob for 20 minutes? And he's like, yeah. And he explained why. If her team won, then he was supposed to do it for 20 minutes. And if his team won, she had to do it for 20 minutes. So she was trying to be good on her word and do what she said she was going to do. Give him that. Oh my God, I can't. That part totally blew my mind. Like, I'm like, wait, is this for real? Nah. I felt like I was being catfished at that very moment. Like, nah, this is a joke. Who says this on TV? Now she about to get the rush. The rush of people is going to be like, you know what? If he ain't want to take those 20 minutes, I going to cash in on those 20 minutes. Come on, gal. But, following that, it was just like, once again, like, it was just really childish and all that. And it was just like straight birds. When they finally have them meet up again, she talks to him a little bit better, but he was just like really closed down. He didn't really want to hear much of anything she had to say. She's like, she apologized, and she was just like telling her side of the story about why she used the photo, because a lot of times when she would use her photo and say something, it's like no one cared, or they'd be like, why you say that for? But when she did it as a light-skinned girl, everyone listened and they liked it, they loved it. And you know, that is true a lot of times. If you're pretty, people will like if somebody that looks whack, and I'm not saying dark skin, light skin, whatever, you just look whack, and you put a post up, you could put a, you know, sexy post up, and then somebody that's pretty puts a post up, the same type of pose. The pretty person that put the same pose up is going to get like, ooh, girl, you look sexy. Ooh, girl, you look good. It all is about appearance. And if you're popular as well, maybe you might not even be all that cute, but if you're popular and people know you, they'll like your stuff just like that. But if you're not so popular and maybe you're geeky or whatever, they're not going to really care. If you can say the same exact thing as somebody else, but if they said it and they're a celebrity, it's like, oh my God, you're freaking a genius. You're amazing. Oh my gosh, hail to you. But the other person just said the same thing. So it's like, hey, what's up? Like, I just said that. He just stole what I just said. You know, it's just crazy how the world can work sometimes. But what she was saying was actually true. But I still feel like there was something not right with her. Like, she had, and then she was like real nervous, and she was kind of like the way she was shaking and stuff. Her hair was, I'm not even gonna get on that, because that ponytail was not the business. It looked like, it was like the horse's tail got knotted up. She cut it off. It got really knotted up. And she just was like, you know what? F this. I'm going to put this on my hair. And we're going to whip it real good, honey. That's what it looked like. It was just a knotted mess. But, yeah, she tried to apologize. And he really didn't want to accept her apologize. It looked like she started crying. And he just wasn't really into it. He just wanted to get it over with. And he was done with her. They said that he didn't accept any of her. She was contacting him. He didn't really accept any of it. He accepts her apology, but he doesn't want to ever talk to her again. He's done with her. Cut off. Bam. End of that love story. The end. Bam. All right, guys. Let me know what you thought about this episode. All right, I'm not gonna be graphic. I'm gonna be good, you guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I will see you in the next one. Later.